What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and in today's video, we're going to go over the problems with mail-in voting. There's a lot of debate going on right now, including a post office scandal about whether mail-in voting is good for America or bad for America. And we're going to go over all the details so you can decide whether mail-in voting is good for us or bad for us. But first, don't forget to smash the like button for us down below. It really helps out our channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button down below. This way you won't miss out on new videos. We have daily videos coming out right now about the second stimulus check coming out, so you won't miss out on those if you subscribe. Okay, first up, I want to send this video to you guys that is quickly making its way across the internet. I actually had one of our viewers send this to me, and it was pretty disturbing about mail-in votes, and I want to show it to you right now.
I just wanted to warn all the people that want to vote by mail. Uh, you know how they give you these sleeves inside, and they tell you, oh, don't worry, your vote is going to be, protected. Nobody's going to know anything, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? That's bullshit. Now, there are people that probably know this, but I just found this out today. So I'm thinking, okay, I put my vote in, I did the protective sleeve and all that, and that's what the back looks like. But then when you turn it around, and I just want to, show you the comparison, look at my brother's, who's a Democrat. It says 4212D, that's Democrat. Then you go here, because we're both the same address anyway, 4212R. Okay, so your vote is supposed to be protected. Nobody's supposed to know what you're voting for, but yet they put R right here and D right there. So a postal person could see this if they're a Democrat and say, oh, that's an R. Let's toss it. Let's just chuck it, and we'll keep this one. Okay? Now, my brother is a registered Democrat. I am a registered Republican. It is very important that we take these and bring it to the voting places and vote by person. Do not vote by mail. I'm telling you guys, you need to listen to this, okay? Please be wary, all right? If you think that your vote is counting, guess what happened in Virginia? They found 1 million fake votes by mail, and they stopped it. Thank you, Jesus. See, they got to get this done by November. So I'm just saying, please be cautious. Do not send your vote, if you are Republican, by mail. Okay? There is no secret that I'm a Republican, and there is no secret that my brother is a Democrat.
So I just seen that today. That is very concerning. I want to know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. Let us know your thoughts on the D and the R in the mail-in votes. And the interesting part was is they were at the same address, but yet they had the D and the R, and that was pretty scary. Now, what's interesting is that mail-in voting or absentee voting is not a brand new thing. In fact, it goes all the way back to the Civil War, were the first times that we had absentee voting. Now, why is it such a big ordeal right now? Well, it's because we have a huge pandemic going on, and if millions of people go to vote in person and wait in line, then it is going to spread the virus no matter what. It for sure will spread the virus at least a little bit, even if everybody's wearing masks, because masks aren't 100% foolproof. And if you've ever gone out on voting day, you know, sometimes there can be very long lines depending on which state you're in. There's actually reports of people waiting in line for up to 8 hours just to cast their vote. In fact, let me know down below in the comment how long you've waited in line to vote and if you've ever had excessive lines. And now combine that with the pandemic and everybody trying to have a 6-foot distance between every single person and wearing a mask. I just don't know if it'll be possible to do all in one day like they have in the past. They may have to spread the votes out over many, many days to be able to accommodate everybody and also have a 6 foot distance between each person. Now, there are many pros and many cons to mail in balloting, and I'm going to give you some of the pros and some of the cons so you can make your decision on whether you should go and do a mail in ballot or if you should go and wait in long lines and possibly get the virus. First up, there are many cases. You could just do a quick Google search and you'll come across dozens and dozens of articles that there was fraud associated with mail in ballots. 500,000 incorrect absentee ballots were sent in Virginia alone, including ballots to people who weren't even alive and even pets who aren't even humans. President Donald Trump is one of the fiercest people against mail in ballots, saying that it will cause massive fraud and is a complete disrespect to our election process. President Donald Trump thinks that mail in ballots is just the worst thing that any voter could do. In fact, he also claimed to have the authority to issue an executive order against mail in ballots. We haven't seen that yet, but that is something he has considered. Now, mail in balloting does have a lot of pros. For example, mail in ballots almost always increase voter turnout. For example, if you could mail in a vote from the comfort of your home, now you'd even have to leave your home, not have to wait in line for hours, not have to wear a mask, not have to risk getting the virus. That sounds like a pretty good time. That sounds like something you'd want to do if there wasn't any possibility of fraud or somebody throwing away your vote or anything along those lines. Now, there's a lot of confusion about how much fraud could happen. For example, if you mail in a ballot, somebody could go to your mailbox and just throw it away, but that would only be one vote. That wouldn't turn the tide of the entire election. For that to happen, there has to be mass amounts of mail fraud. So when you read articles like this that says 500,000 incorrect mail-in ballots or absentee ballots have been sent across Virginia alone, and you read this that 1 in 10 New Jersey ballots could be rejected because of problems with mail-in ballots. Then you'll read statements like this: between the years 2000 and 2012, the News 21 election database only recorded 2,068 alleged election fraud cases. While absentee ballots were the most prevalent type of 24%, this only amounted to 491 cases in 12 years. So how exactly does mail-in voting or absentee voting work? As you can see here, voting by mail, which is also referred to as absentee voting, means you can cast your ballot without visiting a polling place on election day. Instead, you receive your ballot in the mail and complete it off-site, and then return your ballot by mail or via an official drop box, which is usually on the property of a government building. Mail-in ballots typically come with 2 envelopes, one for the ballot, which you should hand mark in ink, and one that serves as an outer envelope, which you sign. After making your selections on your ballot, then put the ballot inside the inner envelope. Next, you place the envelope inside the outer envelope for mailing or drop-off. Some states also require a copy of your voter ID. Once the polling officials receive your ballot, they will verify your signature on the exterior envelope against the signature they have on file and confirm that you are an eligible voter and that you haven't already voted. The inner envelope is passed on and your ballot inside is counted by a different polling official. When it works as it should, the 2 envelope process ensures secrecy. Now, from my research, most mail-in voting experts all say that mail-in voting is safe and secure. But there is definitely the potential for people to tamper with votes, especially if you're talking about somebody who might have access to a lot of mail, as the lady referenced in that first video we watched where she had the D for Democrat and the R for Republican on her 2 ballots. The next thing to consider is if they can count all the mail-in ballots as they come in truckloads full of mail. As you can see here from this article from the Tampa Bay Times, more than 18,000 mail ballots were not counted in Florida's March presidential primary voting. More than 18,000 Florida residents who voted by mail in March did not have their votes counted, according to an analysis done by a group of national elections experts. Now, some people would say this is a small amount, but 18,000 votes doesn't really sound that small to me, especially because it was in just one area. Imagine the whole United States. Also, the United States Postal Service has warned in nearly every state it may not be able to deliver all the ballots in time based on current election rules. But the pros for mail in balloting are very persuasive. Imagine just not having to leave your home, not having to risk anything, not having to wait in line for hours. And most experts do say that mail in balloting has a very small amount of fraud, or it has a very small amount of fraud. And that mail in voting encourages more people to vote, and that they have proven results saying that more people vote when they are voting by mail because it's just way easier to do. And not to mention, you don't have to take off work or have somebody watch your children when you go to do a mail in vote, but you possibly may have to do that when you actually go to an actual voting center to place your vote in person. So let us know your thoughts down below in the comments. Are you for mail-in balloting, or are you going to go and place your ballot in person when the presidential election comes this November? And don't forget to smash the like button for us and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos. We have new videos coming out daily about the second stimulus check also. And these videos up here are my newest stimulus check videos. You can watch that next. And this video teaches you how to start a business selling products on Amazon. I have students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income by selling just one product on Amazon, and I teach people how to do that. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.